make efforts to improve. Even in material life, especially when it comes to the community and society, we should always try to improve. This is different from becoming, for example, a person who is indulging himself, or a person who wants to have luxurious life. But for example, you have a very small house, you want to have a house which is big enough for you so that you can study, your children can play. This is not bad. If I am pleased with what I have, in the sense that I don't ask for anything more from Allah, this is not good. But at the same time, if I underestimate what I have, and I complain to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and say, look how much other people have and you didn't give me anything, or you didn't give me enough, this is also not good. The moderate, the balanced position is to say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, I am very pleased with what you decide, and I cannot thank you enough for what I have. But if you haven't given me more because I didn't make more efforts, please help me to make more efforts and bless my efforts so that I can have more. This is just my suggestion to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't want to put him under pressure. I don't want to insist on him. This is just a humble request to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This doesn't conflict with thankfulness. You can be thankful and at the same time ask for more. You can have a teacher that teaches you 1 hour per day, for example. You go to him and say, oh teacher, I am very thankful, I benefit a lot from you, can I have more? He doesn't say, you are not thankful. No, he says, indeed this person is very thankful because he appreciates and now he wants more. But if you say, you are not teaching us anything in 1 hour, teach us 2 hours, this is not thankfulness. So, if we say to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, you have given me so much that I cannot do enough shukr. But if possible, I ask you, please give me more. Because there is no limit for your generosity. I don't want to be lazy. I want to make more efforts. If you are happy, please give me more barakah. If you are not happy, don't worry. I am not going to complain. This is a balanced position. And this is a position which comes when you deal with the issues rationally. If you deal with the issues emotionally, either you become obsessed with what you have, or you would just complain. A very rational position is to distinguish between different things. This is very difficult. This is the role of intellect. The intellect is the only thing that can, in a very confident, peaceful and relaxed way, distinguish between different aspects of the things. From one aspect, something can be good. From another aspect, something can be not good. Something can be from one aspect satisfactory, from another aspect needs to be improved. Yeah? For example, you have a student who is in primary school and he makes a painting. He draws, a house with some trees and, mountains and some birds. Okay, what should you do? If you are acting just emotionally, either you say, this is rubbish, what is this? Or you say, it's very, very good, it can never be better than this. So either you praise him more than enough or you blame him more than enough. But if you are rational, you praise him because you know that this is a child in the primary school. At the same time, you say you can make it better. With what I see in your painting, I realize you can do even better. This is encouraging that person. If you speak in the way that he doesn't make any efforts to make it better, this is bad. If you make him disappointed, he will lose his confidence. You have to say, MashaAllah, this is very beautiful, but I see you have talents. You can become an artist. Next time you can make it even better. So this is a rational judgment. So a person who is rational, when he reflects on his life and what Allah has given him, he says to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, I am grateful to for everything that you have given me. But if possible, please enable me to have more. So asking for halal which you still are not given would not contradict and conflict with being thankful. This is second interpretation. This is different from the first interpretation. وَلَا يَغْلِبُ الْحَرَامِ صَبْرَهُ. When there is a pressure coming from sinful actions, to refrain from haram is very difficult. One of the things that we should be patient with respect to is as-sabru anil ma'siyah. Okay? As-sabr anil ma'siyah. You have to refrain, you have to protect yourself and bring yourself far from haram. Because haram by itself may be attractive. Haram has some attractions, especially for the people who are not pious. For those who are pious, maybe there are attractions, and at the same time there are things that are negative. Perhaps it's only the people who are in very high level of taqwa that for them there is no attraction at all. Most of the believers, for them still there is attraction in haram. But they overcome, especially certain types of haram. Some types of haram there is no attraction because halal of it is available, but some of them no. For example, to commit ghaiba, backbiting, has attraction. And you know, it's said that one person said that if one sin is permitted, I will choose ghaibah, because sometimes there is so much pressure inside that I want to do ghaibah to get rid of that pressure. And there is no halal type of ghaibah. It's not like fornication. Instead of fornication, you can get married. Instead of meat which is not Islamically slaughtered, you can eat the meat which is halal. But there are certain types of haram which have no halal replacement, unless you deceive yourself and you call it halal ghaibah. This is deception. So there can be attraction. We have to resist against these attractions. Therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَمَّا مَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ وَنَهَى النَّفْسَ عَنِ الْهَوَى. You have to prohibit yourself. You have to stop yourself. You have to control yourself. Because there is attraction. But Imam Kazin alayhi salam says to Hisham the one who is wise, the one who is rational, does not let attractions of haram overcome his patience. It means that you can assist your patience. This is beautiful. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, "Ista'inu bis-sabri was-salah." You should seek assistance from patience and prayer. And patience is general, but a very important case of it, which is mentioned in some hadith, is fasting. But it's not restricted to fasting. So you can gain assistance from patience. But at the same time, you can assist your patience. You can become more patient. By what? By using your aql. If you understand why you need to be patient, the power of patience becomes much more. If I don't understand why I have to be patient, it's very difficult. For example, your children love to watch TV from very close distance. They want to go and sit just in front of TV so that they can touch the screen and then see everything. You tell them, please go behind. You repeat this many times. But the child cannot easily accept this. Why? Because he doesn't know why. But if you explain to him that it will be damaging your vision, it is not good for your eyes, if he understands this, it becomes easier. I'm not saying it becomes very easy, but it becomes easier. When you explain things to them, it becomes easier. When I don't know why I should study this subject, it's difficult for me to study. But if my teacher comes and tells me, we study this subject because this subject is very important for your future, for your long-term study, you need to master this subject, then it's easier for me to be patient and to listen. Okay? So, patience assists and helps believers, but believers also can assist and help their patience by having more understanding. There is a beautiful hadith which says, this is from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, which says, we are patient, but our Shia are more patient than us. Enna subbar or nahnu subbar wa shi'atuna asbaru minna. We are patient, but our Shia are more patient than us. What does it mean? Imam himself explains, لأننا نصبر على ما نعلم وهم يصبرون على ما لا يعلمون. Because we are patient while we know why we have to be patient. If something happens to us, we know the benefit of it. Or if we don't do haram, we know the harm of haram. So the actual energy that we spend is much less than the energy that our Shia spend. Because we know, and therefore patience is easier for us. They don't know, and still they try to be patient, so it's more difficult for them. So, if we reflect on haram, and we increase our understanding of destructive nature of haram, if we think why something is prohibited by Allah, is it because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala just doesn't like that? Is it because, for example, that is going to create a problem for Allah? No. It's only going to create problem for me. If we reflect on these things, then would be easier for us not to do haram. But if we don't engage our intellect in this discourse, and we just want to use the power of religion without understanding, it would be very difficult. The more you understand, the easier it becomes to resist against haram. Even you may reach the level that haram, inshallah, would have no attraction for you. So, Ya Hisham, إن العاقل الذي لا يشغل الحلال شكره ولا يغلب الحرام صبره. May Allah inshallah include us among such people. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.